the biggest lie about happiness. You see, have you ever wondered whether happiness lies in success? I believe, wat was dat nu? A fly. I believe that is not the right perspective. And you know why? Look at Avicii. Look at Chris Cornell. Look at Robin Williams. So if success would give you happiness, lasting happiness, internal happiness, then they would have felt it as well, you know. And it could be, of course, that what they did gave them joy, but I believe that they had other issues to deal with, you know, and their issue was to find lasting happy because they confused their success with lasting happiness, that would give them lasting happiness. And then it turns out it didn't. It's the same thing as that there's a real nice lady on YouTube that always thought that she wanted to belong to the high society, you know, and the rich and wealthy. And then she was it for a long time. And then she got out because she felt miserable because everything turned to be fake, or most things turned to be fake. You know, like Oprah Winfrey, basically. I made a video about Oprah Winfrey. If you're interested in it, then have a look at it, up to you. But the biggest lie in happiness, about happiness, the biggest lie is that you believe, and everyone, mostly anyway, besides me, believes that, and besides Nelson Mandela, he doesn't believe that either, you know. Jesus, the flies. Anyway, the biggest lie about happiness is that you believe that happiness lies outside of you. And that is the complete wrong perspective that you have about happiness. Because true happiness, lasting happiness, which doesn't mean wintertime doesn't come anymore, but wintertime doesn't have that big effect on you anymore. That's what it means. Because lasting happiness comes for the full 100% from within you. Now, that may sound spooky, especially if you feel like shit and don't know how to get out of that, because you think, but if it lies inside of me for the full 100%, I'm not capable to be happy, you know, because I feel miserable. But you're looking at it again, my dear, the wrong way. And that makes life a lot easier. I give you an example. In my former life, which are the first 44 years of my life, I'm 55 now, I led a miserable life. Everyone thought that I was happy, but I felt like Chris Cornell and I felt like Robin Williams did and Avicii did. You know, and the last 11 years, I feel lasting happy. And what does lasting happy basically means? It feels that you feel more often happy in life than not happy. Again, winter comes, but you deal with winter time very differently. I used to live in winter time in the first 44 years of my life, because I had all kinds of abuse as a little child, and I was basically fucked. I thought I was damaged goods without the possibility for repair. But I was so wrong, so wrong. But the difficult thing, so to speak, is that your happiness needs to come from within you for the full 100%. And if you have trouble with that, then read my book, my ebook, my trilogy, Unfucked Truth. It's my memoir. And I believe if you feel unhappy in general in life anyway, I believe that this will help you the quickest and fastest way. It takes you about 6 hours to read the whole trilogy from A to Z. But read it from A to Z, because then you will get the most effect. For instance, part 1 is surviving. If you only read surviving, you will already get different perspectives in life, but it doesn't get you to the lasting happiness yet. But if you read it until the living and the thriving part, the last part of the trilogy, especially if you feel different in life, if you always felt different in life. Robin Williams always felt different in life. I'm absolutely convinced of that. Chris Cornell always felt different in life. Avicii always felt different in life, because otherwise they wouldn't have committed suicide, because they felt so miserable. Because they thought they weren't enough, or they thought maybe that life should change, and they shouldn't change, and they shouldn't have changed. They should have become more themselves, because maybe they were simply in the wrong environment. Many people, for instance, confuse being famous and Hollywood with being happy. But I believe personally, you do with it whatever you want, but I believe personally that Hollywood is a rotten world, There are plenty of Harvey Weinsteins and there are plenty of Oprahs in the world and in celebrity thing, and their life is very different behind closed doors than you might think. And then you get there, and then you believe, but I thought that would make me happy, to become famous and to become a celebrity and to do it in my job. But if you're, how do I say that? Yeah, that's being famous and being a celebrity and being successful in that way won't give you happiness, my dear. Even Cameron Diaz says that as well, or what's her name? Damn it. I have her face in front of me, but anyway, celebrity and fame and success won't get you to lasting happiness if that is not your true core, your nature core. And I have different videos on my channel that explain exactly what I mean with that. But don't believe the biggest lie about happiness, that happiness lies outside of you, because it lies for the full 100% inside of you. And if you want to get there the quickest possible way, then read my book, Unfuck Truth. It's not for everyone. If you want to keep on wearing a mask in life, and if you want quick fixes, then it's not your thing, you know? But if you want blunt honesty and guidance, if you feel different in life, then that's your book. Anyway, that was it for this video. I'm sorry I videotaped it in the vertical way because it's a long form video, you know, but better next time. Okay, see you in the next one, eh? Bye.